Former U.S. Ambassador to NATO, Kurt Volker, joins me now. Mr. Ambassador, has this strike changed the Middle East fundamentally?
I think it has in the short term, and the long term will depend upon what happens to the regime in Tehran. Right now, they are much weaker. They are going to be much less capable at launching large-scale threats in the region. Their proxies have already been weakened, the Houthis and Hezbollah. They're going to be less capable of using those. They will try to lash out at striking at American or Israeli interests, but I think they are fundamentally weaker, and I think that does change the dynamic a lot.
And that's a good thing, in my personal opinion, and perhaps yours too, Mr. Ambassador. I think you do think that. Now then, what evidence is there that Iran did actually move nuclear materials from the Fordow operation before the strike? Any evidence for that?
We don't have any evidence. The Iranians have claimed that. It would have been logical. I think they were anticipating that there could be such a strike, so it would be sensible for them to take these materials and disperse them as much as they could. That being said, the ability to take enriched uranium, further enrich it, and then weaponize it is still a very complicated process. You need the facilities to do that, and they are in a much more degraded position, I guess you would say, to be able to do that. We don't know exactly how much damage was done, but it's hard to believe with what we've seen from the satellite photos that they are in a position to really do that right now.
Mr. Ambassador, is it in America's best interests to have regime change in Iran?
Well, you have to look at that two ways. I would say, is it in our interest for the regime to change? Yes, we would love to see a regime in Tehran that represents the Iranian people, that produces freedom, a democratic process, prosperity and security for everybody there. That would be great, and that would be great for America. But whether we should be the agents of doing that, that is a very different question, and that often involves bringing up greater support for the regime in opposition to that American intervention than if we let events take their own course. Well, so that's the debate that people are looking at.
Well, as things stand now, do you think there will be regime change in Iran?
Certainly the regime has increased its crackdown on the people. They're arresting people right and left, preventing any demonstrations. That's an indicator that A, they're worried, and B, that people are getting out to protest, so that the regime is having to do this. So certainly the raw material is there. Whether it materializes, we just simply don't know yet.
I wouldn't like to be a nuclear scientist in Iran at this point, but that's, again, my opinion. Ambassador, thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. Thanks so much.